Shalom, shalom. Greetings to you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, wherever you are. It's a blessing to have this opportunity once again, and we are going to grow in the knowledge of the truth. There's always a good reason why we have a day, and we can we can acknowledge it, or we ignore it and we just waste our time. But every time we have an opportunity to share the good news, it is for our good, so that we may grow, may expand, may increase, may get to know God and get to know ourselves as we ought to. In the book of John, St. John's Gospel, in chapter 8, they talk about liberty, and he's talking about freedom, and that freedom was brought by the Lord Jesus Christ himself. And we are seeing the Jews resisting him because they never knew who he was. But the truth is, Jesus Christ was the freedom they were seeking for, they were looking for. And before experiencing that freedom, they had to know him. Jesus had said that you shall know the truth, and that truth will set you free. Understand that without knowing the truth, if there's no knowledge of truth, there's no liberty. It goes hand in hand with knowledge, with the knowledge of the truth. Knowing the truth is very, very important. We cannot overemphasize on the knowledge of the truth. Truth is the key, but knowing it is important, because that's the only way you will be free. So in this book, we have Jesus Christ speaking to the Jews, trying to help them, but they were not responding positively. They were not letting him help them. And now he's saying something very, very strange in their ears when they asked him, because they had talked about Abraham who saw his day and was delighted. But when they heard that, they were so shocked. They asked him if he was there or he saw Abraham. According to them, you are not 50 years old yet, and you're talking about Abraham. You seem to have been there. Were you there? Did you see him? Well, when Jesus replied, he said, I assure you. He uses the most assuring, confirming form of communication. And he says, I assure you, most solemnly, I tell you, before Abraham was born. Now, I'm taking you back before Abraham was born. Well, remember, they all thought in their hearts, in fact, they knew that their forefather was Abraham. The whole nation of Jews, of Israel, the word Israel, it was the name given to Jacob, and Jacob was the grandchild of Abraham. So they understood that their lineage is coming was from Abraham. So Abraham was their forefather. Now, Jesus is not saying that he was there in the times of Abraham. He's saying he was there even before Abraham. That was so strange. That was so unique. That was very, very dangerous to speak to the Jews. You know, Jews were very extreme, and they were extreme because of what they thought they knew, because of the interpretation of the law. Of course, they were wrong in the way they interpreted the law, but that blinded them. Your forefather Abraham was extremely happy at the hope and prospect of seeing my day. Jesus had said that, and he had said that when he saw it, he was delighted. Oh, so okay, so are you there? No, Jesus said, now, I wasn't just there, I was. He uses the word before Abraham was, and is not saying that he was there before Abraham was. He used the word I am. Now we find this word I am, which was one of the powerful words that was heard in their ears when Moses revealed to the children of Israel when they were in Egypt in captivity. And then they were told that that because Moses asked God, when they ask me your name, whom shall I say that you are? What shall I say that you are? What's your name? And then God said, tell them that I am has sent me to you. I am that I am. Well, this word I am is the word that does not fall into time. It is I am, and the past, present, and future is all into this word I am. I am is so powerful that it is the name of God that transcends time and space. So when he said that I am, they understood that he's claiming to be God. You see? Because the I am wasn't saying I was. And this is not actually, is not saying I am as the way we use the I am, you are, he is. No. He is not saying I am because this is not personal pronoun, in singular, where he uses I am. And then in plural, we say we are. No, he's saying I am in terms of his identity. Okay, for example, I want to help you understand because I found out that many haven't gotten it. This is not the first time, of course, Jesus is using this word I am. Let me give you another example. Even when he said, I am the way, right? Now, he's not trying to say I am the way like you using the tense or the word I am generally. When we say I am, you are, we are, they are. No. When he said I am the way, he's still using the word I am. He's actually saying I am that way. You see? I am the way. I am life. I am truth. So who am I? I am. But I am all that. I am, if you talk about life, I am. If you talk about wisdom, I am. If you talk about righteousness, I am. If you talk about eternity, I am. If you talk about God, I am. If you talk about the Son of God, I am. So he's not trying to be correct grammatically. He's using something very strange. Even today, when you think about it, it's just beyond it was beyond their understanding. And even today, if you call yourself I am, and you add whatever you want to add on the I am. For instance, I keep on saying that if you are a child of God, and if you're one with God, be careful what you add on the I am. So what do you add on the I am? That means whatever you call yourself, you're calling it Jesus Christ, the Son of God. If it is not aligning with who the Son of God should be or supposed to be, then you are wrong in calling yourself what you are calling yourself. So the I am is so powerful. It's the name of God. And so Jesus, he says, I am. Okay. So they were so shocked to hear the I am. So the I am is not trying to be, again, correct in tenses, in past, present, future. It has nothing to do with that. It is the name I am, and whatever you add on that. See, in other words, in many places where Jesus, when you talk about the light, I am the light. You talk about the bread from heaven, I am that bread. You see the I am now? The I am is everything he is. He is everything. He is all things. This is so powerful. He is all things. So he's looking at them. They are like, because when he was discussing with them, he had condescended to actually talk to them to their level. And they thought he's, whatever they wanted him to be. Remember, they thought he's not greater than prophets. And he's saying, no, I'm not in the class of prophets. I am in the class of I am. And they knew that only God, the one they called God, was the only one who called himself I am. So they know Moses had said that the I am sent me. So they never believed the I am can put on the flesh, can wear the flesh, can wear the body, and put on the body. I couldn't. It was so strange. They looked at Jesus because they knew him. They knew where he was born from, and they knew his mother Mary. So it was so strange. So looking at him, so you are the I am? I am. So you are the one, the eternal one, the one who created the earth and the heavenlies. You are the one we are looking at now. People have an image that they have portrayed of God. When Jesus Christ came, he shocked us with the true image of God we never knew. Whatever we thought, a very scary God seated somewhere on the throne, fire around him, thunder in his hands and lightnings around him, that scaring God. Now they're looking at the humble Jesus. They're looking at a man who was the most humble person on the earth, very kind, very loving, so cool. Oh my God, it was a strange image. As far as they are concerned, they couldn't accept that this is God. And yet remember, when he called himself a son of God, it meant everything he is comes from his Father. They are seeing God for who he is for the first time. The images they had were wrong. He's the true icon, the express image of God. They're looking at him, so you? Oh my God. So you are the God that we've been worshiping all these years? Okay. It was so strange because they could not reconcile what they had in their minds and what they saw. And that's how many are today. And that's why they missed Jesus Christ and they are not free. This freedom is for free. But people are not going to believe in the truth, and truth is the person of Jesus Christ. Now, when they heard of that, look at what happened. Verse 59, and that's the last verse in this chapter 8. So they took up stones to throw at him. But Jesus, by mixing with the crowd, concealed himself and went out of the temple. You see? He just disappeared. He had to run away. They took up stones to throw at him. They said, okay, we cannot take this anymore. We cannot take this anymore. We cannot take this anymore. Oh, this is who you are calling yourself to be? You have come to a level of equating yourself with God? You being a man? Oh my God. So they couldn't reconcile what they had created in their minds and what they were seeing. To them then, Jesus was fake. How many people think that they know God and they are not free? They are not walking in freedom because they never knew Jesus. They never knew Christ. They never knew He's the true side of God. Because the image they have had from their prophets and the interpretation they had was completely different from what Jesus represented. And they thought Jesus is another man, a prophet and so on and so forth. But I'm telling you, He is the truth. And He is the one who represents the truth. He is the I am. He says, you have seen me, I have seen the Father. In other words, what you haven't seen from me is never from my Father. That's a deep, deep, truth, an expression. It's either true or a lie. So the way you look like, the way you handle things, that's the Father? No, that's not the one they knew. Oh, I pray that you may see Jesus Christ and be liberated from all lies of all kind. Shalom, shalom.